I am Brianna's mom. Brianna was my daughter. She was 11 years old. She passed away suddenly and unexpectedly from sudden cardiac arrest while dancing. It was very unexpected death, and it was something that it was a condition that we didn't know about.
Sudden cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in young athletes, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Brianna Vergara was at dance practice when she tragically experienced this due to an undiagnosed heart condition nearly 11 years ago. The news moved her family, friends, and an entire neighborhood. So much so that now her mother wants other parents to know the warning signs.
She had fainted once or twice, and when we took her to the doctor for that, they told us it was just, they told her, oh, she's dehydrated, it was probably the heat, and it was something that was never looked at. And now, if your child is fainting or they're feeling dizzy, it's something that you really should be paying attention to, because that's not something normal. Go get your child an EKG every year, even if they're fine, because if it can save your child's life, if it could have saved my daughter's life if I had known how important EKGs were. And if your child is playing sports, they're doing any kind of sports, don't wait until they're in high school age to get them an EKG. Get an EKG as soon as you can. They can start getting it from 5 all the way up to their 21. You never know.
The tragedy inspired Claudia to create the Brianna Vergara Foundation in honor of her daughter's memory. The organization's goal is to spread awareness and fund EKG screenings for other children.
We knew we wanted to do something to remember her. And the way that our community came together to remember Brianna, to support us, we knew we wanted to do something. And at that time, we just thought we would do a foundation to maybe help kids with extracurricular activities. When later, when Brianna's autopsy came out, we found out that she had passed away of sudden cardiac arrest, probably with Parkinson-White syndrome. And that's how the foundation came to be with its mission, where we decided we wanted to raise awareness of sudden cardiac death in youth in our community.
Heart health is an important message that coaches are now carrying to their teams. Tycho Collins, a soccer coach in Boca Raton, shared the heart condition he used to have.
So I started playing soccer when I was young, when I was like 7, 8 years old. First with my dad and then my friends. And it's about having fun. I think playing soccer is about having fun when you're growing up. Growing up, I really didn't have any injuries, so I wasn't had many injuries or surgeries. But I did have a heart issue called SVT, supraventricular tachycardia. It was where your heart was beating super fast. It's a rapid heartbeat, which I had to get surgery for.
Supraventricular tachycardia, or SVT, causes rapid heartbeats that can escalate without warning. It affects 2 million Americans, according to the National Library of Science. The rhythm can lower with medicines via IV or electrical signals sent through pads on the chest to reboot the heart's electrical system. Several young athletes go through a lot of physical effort that many confuse as symptoms with exhaustion.
The heart generally has an upper chamber and a lower chamber. When you have an electrical short circuit in the upper chambers of the heart, that is known as supraventricular tachycardia. Typically, you end up with your heart beating very fast, so it's typically beating more than 180 times a minute. Usually, people will feel their heart beating faster and they'll end up calling 911 or showing up in an ER.
Soccer as a sport is extremely demanding, physically wise. It's like a combination between sprinting and cross-country running. You don't have to be as fast as a sprinter, but you don't have to be, a long-distance runner either. It has to be, it's somewhere in between. Just be aware, you understand your body the most. So if you ever feel like your body's uncomfortable, any part of your body is hurting, or if it's your heart, obviously that's very serious. So just kind of watch how your body responds to training and to the games.
The vast majority of problems that we deal with is problems from birth.
At Nicholas Children's Hospital, the Associate Director of Pediatric Cardiology, Dr. Daniel Kahn, has seen these conditions up close for more than 2 decades. The hospital screens around 20,000 children for free a year thanks to donors and partnerships. Dr. Kahn has led the hospital's EKG screening program for 25 years.
Most of the problems that you'll have are picked up by a pediatrician who will then refer the person to a pediatric cardiologist. So those are typically either they hear a heart murmur, which is like an extra sound that you hear when when you listen to somebody's heart with a stethoscope.
But sometimes EKG screenings are not enough. According to the Mayo Clinic, congenital heart diseases are caused by genetics. Brianna Vergara was born with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which often affects children and young adults.
Out of all the EKGs that we do, on average, about 3% of ECGs will come back abnormal, which then prompts you to come and see a cardiologist. Sometimes we would do an echocardiogram at that point in time, which is an ultrasound of the heart. You evaluate the structure of the heart to see if you have anything else wrong or not.
It's not just doctors sounding the alarm, first responders are also on the line. EMT Raymond Gomez emphasizes how critical each second is during a moment of cardiac arrest. No matter the pressure, action must be taken.
CPR is probably arguably most important in the first few minutes, because every minute that passes by, the effectiveness of CPR actually goes down by 10%.
If treatment is delayed even by just a number of seconds when cardiac arrest occurs, it can be the difference between life and death.
Just getting initially in there and getting CPR as fast as you can is the most important thing you can do. And obviously calling 911 and getting the rescue to come in as fast as possible. I wish that the whole team, or at least the coaches and stuff like that, they would be more prepared to do CPR immediately on the spot. Because CPR, it's simple, but it's very effective.
City leaders in South Florida are taking action to help detect these hidden conditions before it's too late. People like Susanna are on the front lines of the life-saving efforts.
I work for the City of Miami Department of Human Services, and I oversee a number of community-based programming. So one of my responsibilities at the City of Miami is to oversee our annual EKG initiative, where we partner with Nicholas Children's Hospitals in screening ages 5 to 21, particularly student athletes, to detect maybe any underlying cardiac issues. And that program is made available every summer here at the City of Miami. We utilize Parks and Rec sites.
Her son, Jamie, is one of the 47 children who were found to have a heart abnormality through the program. Jamie was found to have an atrial septal defect, a silent hole in the heart. Thanks to a simple, free EKG, doctors closed the defect with a minimally invasive procedure. Definitely an experience that reflects the importance of these programs provided by the City of Miami, in which the screenings are free and open to all families in Miami-Dade County.
Jamie's my third baby, and I have brought all of my other kids to be screened, and there was no preliminary reason for concern. He was asymptomatic. We just knew that there was a possibility to do the surgery now, so it will reduce his chances of potentially receiving a stroke or a heart attack later in life. And it was a lot easier to address it when he was a pediatric patient.
Jamie's diagnosis was a wake-up call, not just for Susanna, but for the countless families who may not know their children are at risk. That's why the City of Miami's free EKG program matters, giving parents peace of mind that their children will have a healthy future.
We essentially aim to have 5 or 6 different dates where we screen at different city parks, but it's open to the public. You don't have to be a City of Miami camper. You could just be the City of Miami resident. It's also open to Miami-Dade County residents at large.
People like Susanna, Raymond, Claudia, Dr. Khan, and Tycho know what's at stake. They urge families and schools to get involved, to ask questions, to screen early and make people talk about the importance of these screenings, because prevention starts with education and awareness.
I think we should do a little bit more about health issues going up. I know personally when I was growing up in school and class, it's not something we really talk about, health issues.
Especially with a young individual, because they still have, a lot of their life left. So it's very vital to get it right and to make sure they have a positive outcome with as little life-debilitating conditions as possible.
I just want to say the importance of being CPR AD certified. Everybody should do it. You're never too young. You should know how to work an AD.
Everybody should get a screening ECG done. We recommend doing one in elementary school, middle school, and high school, because sometimes that can pick up hidden things.
If you don't see that those screenings are available, I would hope that you contact your local county or city officials and ask them what role they can play in making those screenings accessible to the public, because your life matters.
For more information about youth cardiac screenings, visit cdc.gov/heart disease.